one fateful night on Fry Street that you all know, he met the girl of his dreams. Allison Morris, tall, blonde, beautiful, as, if not more, theatrical than himself. Right? More importantly, it was exactly what Matt was looking for and what he needed. So, I say right now, it all slowed down in that moment, because in that moment, I stopped watching Matt look around because he had found that place he belonged. I've watched these guys for 8 years now. It's been a while, but I can honestly say I've had moments upon moments. Amanda talked about it on hers. No one gets Allison, or no one gets Matt more than Allison. And I can honestly say that. I'm his brother, and she definitely understands me in ways that I don't.
So thank you so much for being my cousin's rock, for being just the right amounts of adventurous and reliable, nurturing and trolling, and thank you for loving her so completely. He encourages her to be her most authentic and hilarious self and loves her all the more for it. From that moment, early on in their 7.5-year relationship, 8-year relationship, to the moment I watched Allison gallop around her parents' living room in her bridal shower dress. From that moment, I have felt so grateful for the fact that the two of you have found each other. Your love is beautiful, and it is unique, and it is weird, but it is complete. And it makes me so excited to see what the rest of your lives will look like together.
First things, congratulations to the two of you. I'm so happy that the two of you found each other. It's not always that easy. I'm so excited for the two of you to start the next chapters of your life together. And then lastly, Matt, I'm extremely proud of who you are.
Since the day he was born, both my boys, I've prayed over them for the women who will be their wives, over the cribs and over their beds for 30 years, and for this beautiful girl who will be his wife. And God has blessed me. And not only for Allison and Lauren, but for their beautiful families.
Love each other and be grateful for each other every day. Live in the moment. Because that's all any of us really have. I mean, look around you. Look at this. This is it. This is what it all is about. This is all we have right now. So plan for the future, but live for today. And finally, we love you. We'll support you in any way we can. And we wish the absolute best for you in your new life together. So thank you and congratulations.
I vow to take you in sickness and in health, regardless of the dangerous and reckless stuff you are definitely going to do. I vow to nearly always notice when you've gotten a haircut. I vow to remember all the sauces you require when I place a food order to go. I vow to say yes more, even though my favorite word is no. And this is going to be the toughest one. I vow to always respect your music choices when you're driving, even when it's early 2000s emo music or acoustic covers of pop songs. I can't tell you guys how annoying it is, but I love you. I vow to have patience and understanding even when life gets hard. I vow to be there for you always, day and night. And if it's at night, I vow to try and not be too grumpy when you wake me up. I vow to respect you, defend you, and support you no matter what. I vow to hold your hand in the good times and the bad. And lastly, I vow to never, ever give up on us. Through the good, the bad, the ugly, I vow to choose love, and I will choose you for the rest of my life. I love you, Matt+Allyson Meraki, and I'm so honored to become your wife. Now let's make some Meraki babies.
I'm going to continue to love you my entire life through all the wonderful times, and especially the hard times. I'm going to be by your side as you watch all of your reality TV shows, all of your true crime documentaries, and even your YouTube podcasts, or at least I'll be in the same room. I believe you are way too hard on yourself. You are beautiful, you are smart, you're kind, you're fiercely loyal, and I promise you that I'm always going to be here to remind you of that. I vow to treat you with patience and kindness, and I'm going to do my best to always make you feel heard. I vow to wake up every day, and especially the weekends, thankful for you and everything you do for us in our family. I promise you that I'll always try my best, and I'm going to work hard for you and the family we make. And we'll stop at nothing to create the best possible future for us. This list could go on forever. I can vow you to you and promise you things, but most importantly, I promise you to always work together with you, to continue growing with you for the rest of my life, and keep this list open-ended and add to it as we need as we grow old together. I love you.
May your lives together be filled with trust, strength, prosperity, warmth, understanding, romance, but most of all, love. And now, I pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations, you can kiss your bride.
Pages of story. against the stars leaning, and in my chest I can feel this is where we begin. You're bringing heaven down to earth, a symphony in every word, yeah. You're bringing heaven down to earth, a symphony in every word. You're bringing heaven down to earth, bringing me everything, bringing me everything. You're bringing heaven down to earth, bringing me everything, you're bringing me everything.
Since the day he was born, both my boys, I've prayed over them for the women who will be their wives, over the cribs and over their beds for 30 years, and for this beautiful girl who will be his wife. And God has blessed me. And not only for Allison and Lauren, but for their beautiful families, Rod, Leanne, Ian, and all their families and friends who have blessed me and who I've met through this trip, and extended family and friends. I feel very blessed. And all my family and friends, the Meraki's, the Lambs, the Wongs, the Chans. I am really, really blessed. I just want to thank you, all of you, for being here. It means more than anything. These boys are my life. And Allison, you are just wonderful. And I love you so very much. And I will be with you guys, thick and thin. Whatever you need, I will be here. And Rod, I thank you for raising a beautiful daughter, and Leanne also.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Greg.
I'm going to sit down.
No, you don't have to. Well, this will be long. Okay. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. My name is Rod. I'm Allison's dad. And between the tears and the sweating, I think I lost 10 pounds of weight today. Guys, I don't know what happens at 50, but the emotions just start getting out of control. It's like, that commercial that woman sings about the animal, when they have the animals and the dogs on there, and they, the whatever, I can't remember, the canine, whatever. Sarah McLachlan, I can't stand her, and I just become a puddle of tears whenever that commercial comes on, so I have to leave the room, but... Oh, closer to my mouth, sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. Coming to a wedding is always, a lot of effort and planning, and this one being so far from home, and it means a tremendous amount to me personally to see so many family and friends celebrating. It's really, really beautiful to be here. So thank you for taking the time and the expense to get here. It means so much to me and my family. Allison. I look at you now and I see you as
my baby born, looking at you for the first time, holding you in my arms. And your mother and I had so many hopes and dreams for our new family. And you were born on a beautiful Friday morning in New Jersey. And you're a Texan through and through, but technically you're a Jersey girl. So, and when you were born, just as an indication of how stubborn you might be in life, you decided not to breathe for a few seconds. And they whisked you off to ICU right after a long labor, and so you can imagine, as any new parent, we're freaking out and terrified. But you were fine. It was a precaution. You were completely healthy. You got to take you home, the next day or so. And then I looked at each other that weekend, and we thought, now what are we supposed to do? New parents, you're like, now this child is in our house, what are we supposed to do? And then we moved back to Plano, bought our first home together, started our lives, and those years went quickly. You were a beautiful little girl, obsessed with the whale book. You were basically trying to be any animal you could think of. A deer, the horse, yeah. No, she has this incredible knack of being able to gallop like a deer or a horse, which she did all through elementary school on the playground. She did it up until middle school. She was that girl. She's done it as an adult. She did it at her wedding shower, I think. I wasn't there. I think that I've heard about it. But, is that my phone? It's a telemarketer, I can guarantee it. And then we have all these memories together of the family trips we took to Destin, to Colorado, to Grand Canyon, all these things. We, long drives in the car, listening to Harry Potter books on tape. Just so many memories. Your mother passing a kidney stone in Colorado was always fun. And Mexico, that's true. We didn't know it at the time, but she's passed a couple of kidney stones on trips, so that's great job. What else? Oh, getting pizza with goat cheese on it in Santa Fe. I don't know whose idea that was, but that was a big mistake. Disappointed that Clown Night didn't happen at the rodeo. Me spilling gasoline all over my shoes right before having to get on a plane, fly back. That was fun. Just so many things that we shared, so many memories together as a family. And now, growing up and all the twists and turns as you went through college and eventually at the University of North Texas, and meeting a young Matt Meraki. And we've already heard the story, but I distinctly remember that night. Meeting at Eastside for John's birthday, and Matt coming up, and I was immediately impressed with his maturity and friendliness. And I told Lynette, I said, I think they'd make a great couple. And this is like the first night. So, and over the years, Matt, getting to know you, you're just part of the family now. You like Star Wars, which is really important to me. So, I'm just so happy and proud to have you as my son-in-law. And Allison, I'm so proud of you because of your beauty and intelligence and such independence and become such a strong, confident woman. I'm extremely proud. Lastly, I guess words of wisdom. Actually, your wedding ceremony said a lot of the things that I would say as you start on your new life together. It's about communication and compromise. Love each other and be grateful for each other every day. Live in the moment. That's because that's all any of us really have. I mean, look around you. Look at this. This is it. This is what it all is about. This is all we have right now. So plan for the future, but live for today. And finally, we love you. We'll support you in any way we can. And we wish the absolute best for you in your new life together.
Okay, so first of all, I want to apologize. I did not memorize my speech, mainly because I had a lot of thoughts. I had a lot of words. I wanted to make sure I did it right. So apologies for the giant piece of paper I'm holding, but this is the way it had to be. So, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. For those of you who I may not have met yet, my name is Amanda. I'm Allison's cousin and maid of honor. It's been so beautiful to see how many people have come to Cancun to celebrate this with us. I think that when Allison decided to have a vacation getaway marriage and wedding, she was not anticipating this amount of people coming out. So thank you all so much for being here. Yes. So I wanted to start off by saying that this may very well be the first time in my life that I'm in the same room as Allison, but all eyes are on me. Normally, she is the center of attention, so this makes me wildly uncomfortable. I very much prefer it the other way around, so I'll try and make this as brief as possible so the spotlight can shift back to its rightful owner. So despite the two of us growing up nearly 1,200 miles apart, Allison has always been the cousin that I have felt the closest to. And that connection has only strengthened since I moved to Texas in 2015. Conveniently, the same year that Matt and Allison started dating. So I have truly had a front row seat to their love story, and it has been such a privilege and an honor to watch your love grow. And I'm really happy to be here today and standing up in your wedding, so thank you for that. So, as I mentioned, I have known Allison for the vast majority of her life, and I think that she has simply always marched to the beat of her own drum. Many people have mentioned this and alluded to this weekend and today, but that is just how she is. It's something that we all very much admire about her. She is fearlessly always her most authentic self. She's one of the most unique people I think I've ever had the privilege of knowing in this life. She is intelligent. She's intelligent, beautiful, passionate. Why? This is not what was supposed to happen. Okay. Yeah. Passionate. Always quick to crack a joke and to commit to the bit. Life is truly never dull with Allison around. As for Matt, I have racked my brains trying to remember the exact moment that the two of us met, but I cannot for the life of me recall when or where that was. I really hope you don't take offense to that because, yeah, I mean, it truly is a huge compliment because you've simply always been around in my mind, like fitting into Allison's life and our family perfectly. So it's a huge compliment, and I'm happy that I can't remember, honestly. Let's see. So thank you so much for being exactly the man that Allison needed to support her these last 7.5, 8 years. I don't know. 8? Are we saying 8? Okay, we're going with 8.
Friends and then dating.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being my cousin's rock, for being just the right amounts of adventurous and reliable, nurturing and trolling, and thank you for loving her so completely. Even though I don't remember my very first impression of Matt, I do have a slightly weird and very vivid memory of one of the first times that I really appreciated Matt for who he was and his role in Allison's life. We were sitting at the kitchen table at the Malone house. After what had no doubt been a long night of bouncing around Fry Street, drinking, frequenting the Taco Bell, and perhaps getting a car towed. And Matt and I were deep in a conversation about something very heavy. It was like the meaning of life or finding true happiness in this world, something along those lines, etc. I'm getting there. All the while, Allison was queuing up some Frank Sinatra, pretending to smoke a giant cigar while quoting The Sopranos in the background. Mid-deep conversation with me, Matt leans over to Allison and says, no, babe, your voice needs to be lower than that with that impression. And as Allison adjusts her impersonation, Matt turns back to me, unfazed, and continues our conversation about the meaning of life. Now, I really debated on whether or not I wanted to include that little anecdote in this speech because it's so subtle and it seems really silly and minor, but I felt like it was the perfect example to me of how Matt just understands Allison. He encourages her to be her most authentic and hilarious self and loves her all the more for it. From that moment, early on in their 7.5-year relationship, 8-year relationship, to the moment I watched Allison gallop around her parents' living room in her bridal shower dress, giving the people her best impersonation of a horse. Maybe later.
Not in a wedding dress. Let her continue.
From that moment, I have felt so grateful for the fact that the two of you have found each other. Your love is beautiful, and it is unique, and it is weird, but it is complete. And it makes me so excited to see what the rest of your lives will look like together. So, because we all know every good speech ends with a toast and a list, right, Matt? I'd love it if everybody could raise their glass high and toast to a lifetime of love, jokes, rescue dogs, good music, and happiness. I love you both so much. Cheers.
You're a little weird. Oh, no roasting here. No roasting at all, guys. No. High level. We talked about this already. I'm gonna stand over here like Amanda. By the way, Amanda, great job. We've been talking about this for weeks together. We've been trying to plan all of this. Closer? Oh. Closer. Okay. Fantastic. So check 1, 2. Okay. Hola. Hola. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Buenos noches. Buenos noches. It was buenos tardes when I had this planned. This is another one of the thank yous for all of you for coming on behalf of both families. I know that we have people from California. We have people from Michigan. We have a lot of people from Texas. All right? Where was that? And Massachusetts. So, we all know we had to fly here, and I've heard a lot about the trip to Cancun. Not everyone had exactly smooth sailing, but I'm glad we're all here. Everyone's safe. We're not wetting it outside, and I'm glad we can all celebrate Matt and Allison finally getting married. Right. Okay, so some of you might have seen me around the resort. For those of you who I haven't met, Donna, Mike, good to see you guys over there. For those of you who I haven't met, I am not Matt+Allyson. It's okay. I'm Josh Meraki. I'm his older brother. And part of being his older brother has been the pleasure of watching him grow up in every stage of his life. He was my best man. Some of you guys got to hear his speech. You were at my wedding. For those of you who weren't there, long story short, in a funny way, I pretended my brother was a dog for the first 4 years of his life. All right? In a more, it's a little bit longer. So let's call it 5. In a very sweet way, for the first 5 years of his life, I realized that I had a new best friend. All right? So we'll call it 5. 5 years later, I realized that he isn't a puppy. He is indeed a real boy. All right? So, like all real boys, including myself, we spend a lot of time searching for where we belong. And that's what I've seen Matt do all this time. One place I can tell you guys where we don't belong is in a karate dojo. Okay. My dad and I watched a lot of kung fu movies, Matt included, when we were much younger. And for a lot of years in our lives, right? We did karate. By did karate, we practiced for weeks. And we switched it up because we realized no matter what Cobra Kai tells you, karate does not get the girls. All right? So we switched it up. From there, it's a lot of blur. I went to high school. Matt was in middle school. He basically picked up a guitar, picked up a camera, and he just started running. It all started in middle school. He was a hard emo. We talked about My Chemical Romance. We talked about Blink-182. What was the shirt? Who knows? But from there, he toned it down. He became more of a hipster in high school. If you've seen the yearbook photo, you know what I'm talking about. Right? So, there's a lot of other things because, like I said, it was a hurricane. He was a theater kid. He was a tennis player. He was runner-up for Mr. Cavalier or Mr. Cavalier. Runner-up. I'm sorry to rub it in right now. Okay, so theater kid. He was he was a choir boy. He has some pipes. So, choir boy, frat star, squirrel dad. Shiner. Squirrel dad. Aspiring filmmaker. And even in the last year of his college days, he moved to California. It didn't really all start slowing down until he got back from California. One fateful night on Fry Street that you all know, he met the girl of his dreams. Allison Morris. Tall, blonde, beautiful, as, if not more, theatrical than himself. Right? And what a lot of other people have said is unapologetically herself. More importantly, it was exactly what Matt was looking for and what he needed. So, I say right now it all slowed down in that moment because in that moment, I stopped watching Matt look around because he had found that place he belonged. I've watched these guys for 8 years now. It's been a while, but I can honestly say I've had moments upon moments. Amanda talked about it on hers. No one gets Allison, or no one gets Matt more than Allison. And I can honestly say that. I'm his brother, and she definitely understands me in ways that I don't. I see these two multiple times a year now. Every time I see them, it is so apparent how much love is there. It is so apparent, which is one of the biggest things that I think in a relationship is important, that they always see, think, and advocate the best of each other. It's a big thing. And then the last thing, nothing says I have your back like dating for 8 years. So, right? So, first things, congratulations to the two of you. I'm so happy that the two of you found each other. It's not always that easy. I'm so excited for the two of you to start the next chapters of your life together. And then lastly, Matt, I'm extremely proud of who you are. I'm extremely proud that you have never forgotten your roots and where you came from. You started as a dog. And now you are a proud dog dad with your own wolf pack. So, hope you enjoy your wolf pack, and to everybody else, this is where my speech ends. Please raise your glasses. Cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Meraki.